as I said, it's some way to mitigate a relatively random deck. Okay, so I explained the crew in stasis. I explained. Okay, now the rest is quick reference cards. These are all identical with different front and backs, and there's not really a place to add them. So to go quickly over them. A turn consists of activation, check, and challenge phases. The challenge phases here. Activation. So you draw and play movement cards. Okay, what is a movement card? I think it's an activation card, but I'm not really sure. As I shall illustrate in the manual that I will discuss as well. Also some dent marks here, which you can't really see in the camera probably. But I didn't make these dents, and this, for example, doesn't have. So maybe it was a used copy. Okay, no matter. So you draw and play the activation cards, then you flip and resolve, move, discard or pass, and then you do activation stuff. So for all the characters you do the activation. Then there are automatic events. Then there are some checks with morale, alone, die. For example, if the crew member is taken from stasis, he starts with 0 oxygen and 0 morale, and if you leave him alone, he will just collapse in desperation and die. Reduce oxygen supplies, perform crew actions. Okay, that's strange. So maybe you in the activation part you only move. So let's say the trillionaire banker must move to the central corridor, may move, etc. And then he can do stuff in the central corridor. Central corridor? Yeah, here in the central corridor. And in the central corridor, it's not written in the central corridor what you can do. So let's take these out. Maybe it's on the back side. No. Okay. So. In the central corridor, I'll have to look up what you can do. Okay, so and then you have the automatic effects, then the actions of each crew. For example, the rec room has auto +1 morale per all crew here. That's an auto effect. Then you have the challenge phase and the death phase. The challenge phase is to flip pods without arrays attached. That's the solo arrays. Mission guides 1. I don't know what it is. Oh, the mission guides. Yeah, the mission guide. So for example, this mission guide has 0, 1, 2, and you put in 2 tokens like the round things here. Yeah. These round things you put in 2 on the active, and then -1 you take off 1. And then the 0 challenge cards remain. Win. I don't know. 0 crew cards remain, lose. Flip challenge card, resolve challenge card. But this is a mission card. What is a challenge card? Challenge card. I think this is a challenge. This is the red challenge deck, so this is a challenge card. So if you succeed to reduce all crew's morale by 2 and activate mission 1, then the challenge cards... Oh yeah, so if all the challenge cards are gone, you win. Then flip the challenge card, resolve the challenge card, vote on missions, and abort missions. So the missions, what is a mission? Yeah, these. Oh yes, these were missions. So if a mission is flipped up, you have to vote on it, and voting goes by rank value, and you must you must have the majority. So, for example, this was rank 9. So on 18, for example, psychiatrist can vote. Say he votes 4. The remaining is 1 plus 11, 12, 14 plus 17. Okay, then for example you take also this one, that's 29. The remaining is 10 plus 10 is 20. That's more than 29. So these two outvote the naysayers. And this means that the naysayers just stay as, where they were, and this goes onto the mission card. And as long as you are working on the mission card, they stay here unless they die, and they also can move later by special effects. But they are supposed to be active on the mission, and this color 18 is the pink, so that's this one. We'll try to do the search pattern, which means, yeah, so it succeeds if all crew are in different locations. And that's very dangerous, because it means that you're all alone. So for 6 players, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 possible locations. 9. If morale is 0, you don't want to do that. Now, so it's quite a bit of administration, and as you can see, these counters tend to move a little bit. So the player mat was actually pretty essential, but the player mat would be always very big. So that's the mission things. What else is there? Photo missions, abort missions, enact missions. Enact missions is not a keyword in the manual, but we'll come to that in a later video. Return to activation phase, and then the death conditions. After the quick reference, there is the achievement card. It just lists set of achievements for the AI challenge deck. The AI challenge deck, the game comes with, it's a modular system, so there are expansion modules that you can buy, and they all consist of red SSO cards, but with different texts. And you can mix and match, of course, but you won't be able to distinguish them once you are playing with various modules. And together with the base game comes the AI challenge deck. So this is a story in a sense. It generates a story for the AI that is actively trying to kill you. There are also other expansions. One is like The Thing, the other one is like Alien, and the Manokent Games is also working on some kind of variant based on the movie Solaris. So the ideals behind the game are pretty good, but the guy can't really write. So I think you have an overview. Green cards, red cards, blue cards. The ship is always the same. The mission deck and the oxygen is of course the paramount thing to take into account. The next video I'll discuss what every location does. Bye.